Okay, I already gone ahead and fixed the bump blender problem. Previously, it was just a bad texture choice. Okay, so in here, I already create like a combination of bump map and a normal map. Okay, so let's create again from scratch. Okay, again, I'm going to create like new material by clicking Redshift. Okay, and if you scroll all the way down, this is where we're going to put the bump blender. Okay, click this and then go to Redshift and then bump blender. Okay, I'm going to open up my hypershade because it's much easier for me to see, and click this sphere and this arrow to show its shader. Again, it doesn't matter which normal map or bump map you put because they're gonna be combined anyway. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna choose my bump map first. Okay, so let's click this. Okay, now because we're going to put these manually, all right, you can't click file anymore. Okay, because if you click file, then Redshift kind of confused, like, are you going to be putting file or are you going to put like a bump map with that? Okay, so we're going to put the bump map manually, so I'm going to go to Redshift and then I'm going to put bump map. Okay, so if you click this bump map, alright, this will actually like create a bump map node. Okay, and then from there you click file. Okay, click this and you click file, and then like this is how you add the file node into that manually. Okay, because if you click file right away from here, right? Okay, you're kind of missing like the node where you can control like the strength of your bump and so on and so on. Okay, so in this particular case, we need to add the bump node manually. Okay, so don't forget about that. So go to bump map, then from this bump map we can put my file. So I'm gonna use my middle mouse button and just drag and drop it there. Okay, now it's connected. Then from here I'm gonna put my bump map. So I already choose my brick. So this is a better like texture choice for demo. Open up and let's just render and see what happens. Alright, so if I render, I'll get something like that. Okay, so I want to take out the reflection. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to remove my reflection value so it's much easier to see. And I'm going to render. Okay, the bump is not strong enough, so I'm going to go back to my bump node and I'm going to increase this to 1 and render again. Okay, maybe a bit too strong, but let's just leave it as it is. Okay, now the next portion is that how are we going to put the normal map. Okay, so going back here, I'm going to click this bump input on layer 0. Right, so I'm going to click that one and I'm going to my Redshift and then normal map. Okay, and now you can see like the connection has been added. Okay, and scroll up, right on the map, you click the folder and choose your normal. Previously, I choose this one, it's a bit hard to see what's going on. So I'm going to choose like a better normal map for the demo. So I'm going to click open. Alright, and let's just render and see what happens. Okay, you cannot see anything because you forget to put the value under the blend weight. Okay, so if you put all this all the way to 1 and you render, right, you can only see the normal map, right? The material is not being blended properly. Okay, so you need to have some kind of opacity. So having 1, that means like it will just look at this layer 0 or normal map. Okay, so you have to have like a value maybe of 0.5 to kind of like blend between the bump and the normal map together. Again, render, and you cannot really see again. Okay, so let's go back to your bump map or no, normal map setting, right? And maybe I have to repeat the texture because right now it's too big, right? If I set this back to 1, and if you render, it's too big, so I have to repeat this. Okay, so let's go back to normal map setting and change that to 5 by 5 maybe, then render. Right now I can see like a little bit more pattern. Okay, and again it's kind of too soft, so I'm going to increase my scale normal to maybe about 8, and I render again, and I get like more stronger effect. Okay, now that everything is in place, I'm going back again to bump blender, and I'm going to blend between the bump and the normal by putting like 0.5. So what it means, like 50% of normal and of this normal map is only visible. Okay, if you change this to 1, that means like it will be overlapping the layer in beneath. So for me, I think half of the normal map is good enough. And if I render, right, I'll get something like that. Okay, it's too strong, so maybe I'm going to put 0.2, right? Okay, I can see like there is something happening here, maybe like 0.3, and render, and now like you can see there is some kind of a vein there happening. Okay, let's compare. So let's put this in the memory and change back to 0, so no normal map at all, and render, and you can see the difference, right? This is before, and this is with the normal map applied. So now both material are being combined or being blended together. Okay, so going back here, so this is another useful technique which you're gonna be using later, especially when you create like a human skin. It's definitely you need like bump map and normal map combined together to create like a better effect. Okay, now moving on, we're gonna talk about like displacement. So again, this is all in the same category: the bump map, the normal, and displacement. Okay, so they are there to create like surface detail. Now the thing about displacement is that it's different from normal and bump map. So if you look at bump and normal map, right, it's actually like a fake technique. So it's method to kind of like simulate the detail on the object surface. So if you look at this closely, right, the edge is actually like still pretty much flat, right, because these techniques are both fake. Okay, but if you look at displacement, it is actually the real deal, because you are going to displace the surface of the object by putting a texture. So this is the texture file, and based on that texture, it will pull or push the object surface, resulting something like that to create like a terrain or a mountain. Okay, something that you can use for your assignment or whatever in the future. Okay, so this is like displacement map. Now, again, this is a comparison between the bump map and displacement. So if you're using bump map, confirm that the edge is flat because it's a fake technique. Whereas if you're using displacement, it's the real deal, because you are going to displace all these object surface, which is in a result the rendering time will be longer as compared to bump map. Okay, and if you use too many displacement, the rendering time will be much longer. Okay, so things like terrain, maybe you can use things like human face, maybe you can use. So you have to balance between the rendering time and then the needs for it. Okay. Again, the displacement map is black and white picture. Usually the file is very huge because it's contained like the detail of the displacement. So white mean goes up, but there is a spectrum of white, okay, to create that mountain or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you another example. So the way that displacement work is they usually create in application like Markbox or Photoshop or even ZBrush, or now they use Substance Painter, but doesn't really matter. Okay, now this is an example of how people usually like combine between the normal map and displacement. So if you are to create a human head or a human character, they combine all the bump, the normal, just to create like a more realistic result. Okay, and if you don't use anything, this is what you get, right? And if you use like the displacement and the normal, they can like simulate something that is like very realistic. Okay, so just using this as a base mesh, and you put like the bump, the normal, and displacement, you can generate like a very detailed result in very quickly. Okay, and most of the time the displacement also used for generate a terrain. Okay, so in the next video I'm going to show you how to put the displacement into place.